he only spent one season with Lazio, as he'd only spent...
journeyman?
He was a journeyman. I mean, that was his 8th club in 8 years. On 8 seasons, sorry.
He considered the change to be as good as a rest. I could say.
You know,
better to be busy than bored, Marcus, as they say.
Again, an opinion at best. But anyway, this is when he moved from Lazio to Inter Milan for a world record transfer fee at the time for £32 million. Mm-hmm. And this was, of course, when to Inter, this was the first time he'd spent more than one season at a club. He stayed there for about 6 years. And, I mean, we're talking playing up front with Del Piero and Baggio at the World Cup. Here at Inter, he was to play up front with Ronaldo.
Cracking.
That's not bad, is it?
You'd have that.
Trying to get the goals from Ronaldo. Because he scored a canny few.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
I mean, playing centre-half against those two would be like doing 12 rounds with Mike Tyson. You'd be bruised and battered and naked.
Just the keeper's bad back picking the ball out the back of the net.
He missed Euro 2000 due to injury, but he did play in World Cup 2002.
See, another player with some knee injury problems, some knee problems. Yeah.
He scored 4 goals in 4 games for Italy, but they went out in the second round to South Korea in the famous Barry Davies bit of commentary because they will not learn.
Yeah.
And then another great player he played up front with for Inter was Hernan Crespo.
God. He's had some partners.
He has had well, we'll move on to that in a bit as well. But,
do you know, I watched that match where they went out to South Korea.
Ridiculous.
If I looked to my right, I could see the match on a telly. If I looked to my left, I could see a giraffe. I watched it at a zoo.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
I was really hoping you were to say I watched it in like South Africa or something.
I watched it.
I watched it in Newcastle.
Why were they showing it in a zoo?
As I worked there,
well, the animals
part of cabin.
Everyone.
It was me and the 2 giraffe keepers watching it.
What are they called?
I think one was called Brian. Constant called Brian. Brian out loud. The giraffe keepers.
Brian and Ryan. In 2002-2003 season, he scored 24 goals in 23 games and was top scorer in Serie A. In Euro 2004, it was a bit of a write-off for Italy. They went out in the first round and Vieri didn't score. But as his time went on with Inter, one of the coaches who was there, Alberto Zaccaroni, they had a bit of a falling out, and Vieri was particularly unhappy when they sold Hernan Crespo to Chelsea. He also picked up an injury in a Champions League match against Valencia, and that kind of took its toll on him a bit. He wasn't as sharp as he had been. But another great player he played with towards his end of his time at Inter was Adriano.
Oh, yeah.
So he's played with some absolute crack.
The Emperor.
Yeah. In July 2005, Vieri and Inter came to a mutual agreement to terminate his contract, and he went across the city to Milan to play for the Rossoneri.
That happens a weird amount, doesn't it?
Yeah, Italy, it's always happened. Yeah, they always trade different clubs in the same league.
I wish it happened a bit more
rivals
here.
And stuff. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. But he wasn't a regular starter for Milan, and just after, I think it was there for about 6 months, he joined Monaco in France.
But he was getting on by then, and he had his injuries as well.
We had, yeah. Again, another serious knee injury whilst playing for Monaco ruled him out of the 2006 World Cup. Whether he'd have gone, he probably would have gone, probably wouldn't have started, though.
They didn't miss him in the end, did they?
Clearly not, Luke. Clearly not.
It would have been a shame, because it would have been nice for him to get a World Cup winner's medal.
Yeah, but you can't have it all.
You can't.
No. At the end of the summer of 2006, he returned to Atalanta and signed a 1-year contract with them. It was just quite a small wage. It was only €1,500 per month, although he was to earn €100,000 for every goal he scored.
That's how all contracts should work. Yeah. Give him an incentive, isn't it?
Well, the chairman, Ivan Ruggeri, said, if things go well, Vieri will cost me €2 million. He scored 2 goals and 7 substitute appearances, but, 2 goals, that was over 200 grand.
He popped up at Blackburn in the summer, didn't he?
Well, yeah, and he didn't. They didn't give him a contract extension because he didn't play very much for Atalanta, and then he was signed on another 1-year deal for Fiorentina. I'll be honest with you, it was a shame seeing him play for Fiorentina because he couldn't really move. He just didn't. It was a shame to see, as you said, Luke, when he was playing for Inter. you know,
There was no finer striker anywhere in the world, in my opinion.
well, he's often considered to be one of Italy's greatest and purest strikers of recent times, and he's one of Italy's most prolific World Cup goal scorers. And to see this guy who's a bit weighty, sort of bumbling around the park, wasn't,
because he had the physique that would render himself sort of quite vulnerable to putting on a few pounds. That's why.
right.
But at his peak, he wasn't just a battering ram. He was just
no.
He had everything, you know. And when I heard that he was training with Sam Allardyce at Blackburn, a part of me died inside. And I was pleased that he made the right decision to sign for him, because I think you don't want to see a great man, one of this generation's best strikers, in my opinion, just stuck up front on his own with a bad net because the ball's coming up to him and hitting him from all angles.
Reduced to being told what to do by Sam Allardyce.
Yeah, well, there's that as
It
well.
was like watching Beersley at Hartlepool.
The only,
I bet.
the only thing they have in common is the amount of pies they like eating.
Well, absolutely. I mean, you know, we've talked a lot about his football career, obviously, there, but it can't be overlooked that he was quite well known to being a bit of a party animal.
Oh, yeah.
And had a string of model
He
girlfriends.
had an eye for the ladies.
He really did.
If you look at him now...
eyes, some might say.
If you look at him now...
3 eyes.
He looks, I resisted that.
Okay. Marcus.
Sorry.
Yeah. He looks a bit like that Nikolai Value of that boxer that David Hayes had to fight. He's got a skinhead, he's got like a real granite face.
Oh, that's another thing. Vieri, great array of haircuts.
Oh, yeah.
Over the years, yeah. Not a style he couldn't pull off.
No.
And he also started a fashion line called Sweet Years a few years ago with Paolo Maldini.
Oh, cracking, I'm interested.
Once again, he'll be able to carry on doing that in the Dean Winners Hall of Fame, because Paolo's in there.
Yeah.
Paolo
is a
Paolo's the
beautiful
public
man.
face.
They'll have a kit in there now, wouldn't they? From
They'll be making a kit right now.
He also had a line of condoms called A Cool Blue Sweet Years, limited edition. He said, I accepted to lend my image for free.
They were on the condom?
Well, I can only hope.
Oh, that would be amazing. That would be so good. Imagine that. What's that? It's Christian Vieri. Who is that?
On the front of the speech bill, you're in the box.
Yeah.
Score.
Having the face of another man on your condom. Bit weird, isn't it?
Oh, he was predatory, love. Predatory.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was on the actual Johnny itself, or maybe on the box or something, but he said, he did say, I accept to lend my image for free. He said, our brand appeals particularly to young people who often have risky sexual behaviours. Unfortunately, the Ministry of Health prevents me from appearing in an official campaign because I am famous, but I truly believe in this project. Morals, GP.
Yeah, questionable morals. Paper thin morals, but morals nonetheless.
Latex thin.
For her pleasure.
And mine.
Oi, you're giving him a good ribbon there, I tell you.
Nice.
Thank you. But anyway, I should tell you some of the things he won. He won Serie A, he won the Cup Winners' Cup, and he won the Under-21 European Championships.
Oh,
and as I say, he was top scorer in La Liga and Serie A, Italian Football of the Year in 99 and 2002, amongst others.
So and he won Serie A at a decent time as well, when the football was top class.
Absolutely, Pete, it's worth noting. And also, another one of his achievements was he was one of the first football stars to join the FIFA for SOS Children's Villages. He's an ambassador for them, and he joined that in November '99. And he said, wherever it is a question of holding out a helping hand to children and young people in need, I am always happy to play a part. Well, we're very happy to invite you into the Dean Winners Hall of Fame.
Play a part, play my part. Wonderful man.
If you get one of those condoms and wear it, it'll kind of be like
a posh part.
You can feel the rest in yourself.
Yeah.